Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Mastermind Creations PS-14E Megalith, their version of robots in disguise / car robots, Mega-Octane or Dorailer. You see them there in front of the box. Go ahead and put it off to the side real quick and take a look at said box, and it's a tall one. It's very tall. Yeah, you see right there a nice bit of artwork there of well, Megalith right there, the Perfection series in purple and everything. Like a nice bit of artwork there with kind of something you're going to notice at one point. But yeah, the camo and everything on that, all built in PS-14E Megalith Leader, Ocular Max. On the top here you have, hey look, there's him in his both in truck and robot modes right there. On this side you have the nice bit of artwork, you know, again, against the blue background, or kind of purplish blue background right there. Close up shot of him. On this side, hey look, there he is with the team, all in blue, because yep, he's the final member. Come out. On the bottom you have, well, again, the lineup of the team and some warnings and whatnot, and the age of 16 up, because that's for children. And on the back here you have, of course, the, well, you can see there the tech specs and bio, plus kind of the whole, like, hey, run through of the transformation from robot to truck to combined. Hey, the other thing, of course, I guess like always with these guys is tech specs. You need the little red decoder thing. It comes in the box, and then you can see the piece of fuzz on there, and you can see the decoder bit. So there you go. That's it for the box. And along with the decoder also comes with, of course, the instructions, you know, for Megalith, which are the same exact instructions that came with, well, other than the cover bit, are the exact same instructions that came with the previous versions in Cursus, because you can see right there it says in Cursus and everything. Although it does add this because, yeah, this is the instructions that they took from the G2 in Cursus, and of course the bio card, which again, same artwork, some of the same artwork before. And you look, there's a tech spec and bio right there, and some photos of the toy. Although again, incorrect photos because that's an early version. Again, I'll get into that a little bit. But Megalith, yep, it is a repaint. This is a repaint with a minor bit of retooling of well, their previous releases of Incursus. And yeah, pretty much because of that, it's pretty much, you know, that's the exact same toy. Yeah, you can see he's a big old long truck and everything, getting a little bit closer. You can see, yeah, it's got the camo pattern going all the way down. You got the kind of, you know, the black grill right there, the little translucent headlights, a little bit of gold around them. All the rims are done in silver. You got the translucent windows right here, and a little piece of the Combatron symbol a little bit, but well, the symbol itself is actually missing. That's the central symbol. You got, of course, gold, very nice gold paint guns. You got the orange gun box, I guess, with some little bits of gold on the rivet detailing. All the way down, you got the big old flatbed going down, and you guys, you pretty much see the robot just kind of stretched out along the bottom. Couple things to note out of the box. A lot of people, including myself, had the problem where one or both these windows on here have a tendency to just pop off. I was able to just pop mine back in, no problem. Seems like they didn't seat quite correctly. Some people have reported they needed glue. I have not needed glue, but yeah, it seems like they didn't seat properly at the factory, so you might have to pop those back in. Also, several people reported the mirrors being really fragile, and I can notice on this one's bent already. You can see there is a stress mark. If you can look at that, there's a stress mark right there. So yeah, something happened right there, so that's fun. Yeah, so some people reported that, and you can see, yeah, it's bent slightly. So let's see if I can bend it back without breaking it, but that's going to require some heat. I don't want to break it, but anyway, try. You see, he also has rubber tires just like normal, so you can roll, and you just roll just fine. Like that. So there's that thing, and of course, just like before, there is the little button thing here. You can press down along a little bit, and well, it's supposed to be able to do this, right? I remember. You undo these things down here, and you can press down that button and then extend this out, and now you got the articulated trailer thing going on. Like so, if you like. So there's that. It also comes with several accessories, including, of course, well, the golden box things. You know, these are going to become the feet in the combined mode and everything. These, of course, can also just plug together like so, like that, and just you can tab them onto the back. You can tab them on the back here like this. Right. Normally you can tab them onto the back. Slight out of alignment. Okay, what gives? This was tabbing on just fine before. Now it's on camera, of course, then they don't want to cooperate. There we go. Tab those in too. There. Once you got that, you can tab on right there. Yeah, the gun here can, you know, go left and right, and you can look up and down. You can adjust how it sits. You can, yeah, you can make it. You can adjust how it sits a little bit if you want. But yeah, it's articulated. Of course, you got this little hatch here, which, you know, just shows the. Once again, still shows just the more or less the detail from the G1 cartoon from that one episode where, like, hey, yeah, look, there's Bruticus's weak spots for some reason. So there's that. Beyond that as well, you also got the two guns, both the, I guess, toy and tune versions of sorts right here. Both just done in orange. This one's got a little bit of gold detailing as well. And both can just, right here, just tab between. They both can tab between the guns, like so. Forgot that has to peg into the back there first. There we go. You know, so you can, you know, plug that in like there. Or, of course, my preferred one, which is, yeah, plugging this one in right there, like that. You can plug that in as a third cannon. There's also this thing, which is, hey, look, this looks familiar. This is the part that comes with shift lane. Except it's now modified. Now there's a little tab right here because the whole, for the combined mode, there's the gimmick of all the combined parts can combine together. All the different guns can combine together into its own gun, which I'll show off in the combined mode video. But yeah, this is to replace the one that came with shift lane, so that it can actually all tab together, which is nice. So there's that, and of course one final thing, which is kind of the pseudo base mode. You can fill these up in 4 like that, and split these apart like that, and then the gold boxes can go between. Yeah, the gold boxes can go between like that, and you can also, if you like to really replicate the old base mode, extend the ramp out a little bit. You can have a little ramp or whatever. Even go further, just kind of really go to the base mode and just, pull that down and split this in half and kind of just have the base mode thing going on. If you like, you can still do that if you want. If you want, you can still do that. So there's that. That's pretty much the truck mode of the whole. One last thing, of course, is measurements. His length in this mode is 14.5 inches or 36.8 centimeters long, and his weight is 33.5 ounces or 950 grams. He's a big guy. Not surprising. So yeah, some comparisons real quick though. What should I compare to first? This, I guess, is just going to come up just because this is fairly recent, and apparently a lot of people are buying this guy because of this guy. Because this, here's the HasLab Optimus, RID Optimus. Just give me an idea there. In general size, they're kind of in the mushy, kind of almost scale. I'm not going to bring out Ultra Magnus just because it's roughly the same size, so this just gives you an idea. This is the HasLab version, so yeah, that's it right there. Here's Fans Hobby's arch enemy in truck mode. Give you an idea there. Very different scales there, kind of between the two truck cabs. Here he is with both the G1 and G2 versions of Incursus. Yep, just to give you an idea there. Yep, you can just see the different colors, basically. That wasn't fully evident, but yeah. Basically, this is difference in colors, and also difference in camos between the RID and G2 versions right there. And even the G1's, well, minor bit of camo. So yeah. And there's pretty much the whole team in their vehicle modes, and you can see right here with shift lane, you can see this. I got the new part installed. Yeah, it just works exactly the same as the old part. Now you just got these little tabs sticking out. So there you go on that. Yeah, this whole team look good together. They look like the Combatrons or whatever you want to call them. So there you go. Yeah, so that's Megalith's vehicle mode. That's pretty straightforward. And that is kind of scaring me now. Yeah, that mirror is kind of scaring me. Yeah. So yeah, let's make this vehicle mode though. It's generally, pretty much the same as, kind of come with, if you've had any version of this mold, either the two previous versions of this mold, you kind of know what to expect. Yeah, there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy transformed to the Commando torso real quick, and then we'll move on. Yeah, we'll move on from there. Yep, that is Commando torso. All right, you can see, yeah, it's very much the gold. Got the gold and black chest plate right there. There, and then also the crotch piece, and they got the green right here and everything, green and orange, pretty much. And yeah, you can see the lights right now. The heads right now, the eyes are glowing. Yep, it's still got the same features before with the put the batteries in. I'll talk about it a little bit more, but yeah, it takes two LR936 batteries. So that's pretty straightforward but yeah, it's the torso. You can see what it is. Pretty much everything that you need. The thing is, yeah, you can see right here, there's no camo pattern right here, and apparently, yeah, you can see even like again on the, you can see here on the bio right here. These are the same bits right here. You can see there's the camo pattern, no camo pattern there, and that is apparently supposedly it was a. Supposedly the factory was having difficulty while doing the camo, so it got cut, which is a little unfortunate. It generally still looks good, but yeah, it's just unfortunate that they kind of cut that at the last second, I guess, which is disappointing. But yeah, the torso is what it is for now. I'll talk about more, of course, going into when I do the actual combined mode video. But yeah, this is torso. I won't do again the comparisons. I'll save for the actual combined mode video because you're going to see a lot of the same stuff there, and that's going to be coming out real soon. So. Yeah, and then of course there's a nice little spot to put a Combatron or upside down G2 Autobot symbol if you want. Although this little bit of red decoration there is going to be possibly make it difficult because you have to get a certain size or just be willing to cover up the red bits or whatever. But generally, yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks like how it's supposed to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy into the robot mode, and we'll keep going. Yeah, so Megalith, robot mode. Yeah, again, transformation, of course, just like before, is really, really simple. It's an MMC figure. MMC is really good at making complex engineering to make simple transformations. Yeah, he looks really good in this mode. Again, the one and only bit of retooling that was from the other two versions of this mold was right here, the chest piece right here. That's the only bit of retooling. Everything else is identical. Tolerances are pretty much within the realm of the G2 version, which, you know, some things are pretty much mostly tighter. The ratchets are nicer. You can see getting close, you got the, you know, got a black head with red eyes. Of course, they're kind of translucent red because, hey, look, guess what? Blah. Yep. Probably saw it multiple times. Yeah, but it lights up, you know. And, of course, the battery access is back here, you know. Little flap right here, and again, tells you what kind of batteries you need. So you just, you know, pull up this tab right here and just pull it up. And you can see which way they're facing right there. And there you go. That's that. So, yep. And, of course, you got, you know, lots of greens. And when I got greens and oranges and a little bit of white up here. You got the gold right here on the belly. You got a little bit of more orange. You got the green. No camo, unfortunately, except on the sides, but no camo on the front of the shins. And everything cleans up pretty well. He's got his big old orange cannon backpack and everything with the gold guns and everything. And yeah, he looks really, really good overall. He just generally looks really good in this mode. And yeah. Of course, accessories is the usual stuff, which yeah, the guns here, either both of them can, you know, fold out the little handle right here and it can go into his hand. No problem. Just, you know, the tab and slot right there. Tab and slot right there, like that. That's no problem. So you got that gun, and of course you got this one can also fold out the handle, and it's the same thing, just, you know, tab and slot. And yeah, that one did not want to stay in. Really enough. And this one doesn't want to go stay in either, weirdly enough too. This one actually wants to pop itself right back out, which is really interesting. Wasn't having that problem before, so I don't know what happened. That's really weird. Is it fine in this hand? Yeah, it's fine in that hand. So yeah, something, I think there must be something wrong with the tab on that side. So good to know. Something wrong with that tab on that side that's causing it to not sit in the slot properly. Or it might be actually it might be the slot in the hand. Interesting. Yeah, this one's being pushed out too. Yeah, it looks like that's hand. Something happened, I guess, because I don't remember doing that. Okay, so regardless, either gun can be tabbed into his hands, and there you go. And of course, articulation. I'll just leave that on his hand. Articulation, got the head, going to go left and right and kind of up and down right there, and there's some waggle right there as well. Shoulders ratcheted full of rotation. Of course, there's this flap at the bicep, you know, on the arm, but yeah, you get outward that far and then that far, you know, because of all the joints. Yeah, this thing you have to get out of the way if you want to, you know, pull all the way straight like that. But of course, that of course, holding it down like this hinders other articulation, like the bicep swivel right here. Which this you also have to, you know, kind of pop this back a little bit if you want. Yeah, you probably saw this pop off a couple times. Yeah, it seems I thought I had it fixed, but turns out it doesn't. I'm gonna have to use glue after all. Yeah, if you want to use the bicep swivel, you have to move this back a bit so you can use the full bicep swivel. There, you got the double jointed elbow right there. You can see right there, like that. Collapse it back down, right there. Of course, down here at the hand, you have a wrist swivel right there. And each finger is an individual articulation. You got the thumb and a ball joint with a little cut right there. So you can do this and all that forward back. And you got the multiple knuckles, a base knuckle, and then 2 knuckles per finger. And they can all, you know, fold. No splay. Of course, the waist swivel, ratcheted, left and right, unhindered. Which is nice. You got the ab crunch right there. Pretty good ab crunch, of course. Then at the legs, you do have, well, the hips, you have the... that unlocked. You have the hips, you got the hip flap right here, which the hips can go forward that far and back that far and outward that far. You have ratcheted thigh swivel right there. The knees go just over 90 degrees. That, and of course down here at the feet you do have ankle tilts that far, and you have the forward and back, although those are kind of the weird joints. You got that joint right there, and you have to untab this joint right there, and then you of course got the back right there, and then toe itself can go down independently to a degree, and then you got this little individual toe joint as well. So, yep, there's the articulation. for that. I have no idea whether these were holding in just fine. Now suddenly they're not, so I don't know what's going on there. And of course, also on top of that, you got these boxes, which you can split apart and open this back flap up and then put them on the shoulders like that. And same thing. Open that up. Yeah, that those holes there, you just line up with this little tab thing right there, and there you go. Now he's got little shoulder cannon things or something. Yeah, I don't know what happened because this gun, I swear, all this time they've been holding it just fine. Now suddenly it doesn't want to hold anymore, and I don't know what happened. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. Yeah, that's Megalith's robot mode as a whole again, which so there's really, again, nothing too new here. It's pretty much the same as, if you have the other two versions, either the other two versions and old, you know what to expect. Although, again, if you have a first run G1 and curses, then, well, again, the ratchets here are much tighter than that one. Other than that, there's really not much difference molding-wise other than the chest piece. So, yeah, there you go on that. So, again, I guess you can also wiggle these guns a little bit and whatnot, but yeah. Yeah, we're just bring them back here so we can do comparison stuff. So, again, here's HasLab RAD Optimus, which that's not far off. I don't remember exactly. I can't remember if it was the same. I don't remember what the heights were now in the actual cartoon, but this seems all right, honestly, considering. Although I believe Super Mode Optimus was supposed to be significantly larger than Mega-Octane, so there's that. Of course, fans' hobby's arch enemy. But yeah, he's quite a bit shorter, but yeah, he's always been a bit chunky compared to most MPs. So yeah, there's that. They're supposed to be at eye level to each other, but they're clearly not here. So there is a little bit of that. Of course, the G1 and G2 versions of Incursus, which I'm going to have to... Yep. You can see the difference in the chest pieces. These two have the same chest piece, and you can see the remolding there. Not significant amount of remolding, but definitely a bit of remolding. And there's no alternate chest piece or anything, because, yeah, Toon and Toy are the same in this regard. And of course, there's the group shot right there. All 5 of the Combatrons looking pretty good together. One last thing, of course, this guy in his robot mode, measurement-wise, his height is up to the top of his head is about 10 3/4 inches or 27.3 centimeters-ish. So, there you go. So, as a whole, yeah, Megalith. Yep, still pretty solid. I still like this mold after all this time. Yeah, he's got his wonky proportions in robot mode, the whole, yeah, really short legs compared to a tall torso, but again, compromised for the sake of the all-in-one torso thing for the combined mode. Mine has I don't know what it is. I could have sworn the guns were fine, but now suddenly on camera, now the guns just keep popping out of his hand. Either they're too loose or, either the tab's not grabbing so it just falls out, or you got the whole thing where it just pushes itself out because the tab's too big or something. I don't know. That wasn't a problem before, but now suddenly is. I don't know. Might have been the heat, the temperature swings. I'll cover more about some of the stuff you might have noticed. There's definitely the whole combined mode gun thing. The guns can all combine. I'll show that off in the combined mode video. Still has some of the same other issues as well, namely the the arm articulation is a little weird to deal with because stuff kind of bangs into itself. The arm kind of bangs into itself. And of course, there's a disappointment of the camo did not make it to the front of the legs. It got cut due to some sort of issue that the factory was having. So beyond that, he's still pretty solid as a figure. And yeah, if you're into if you're into RD or car robots, he's well worth it, I think. And a really good use, yeah, really good repaint for sure. Yeah, if you already, and that's the thing, if you're not super into car robots or robots in disguise, and you already have one of the other 2 versions of the mold, there's really no reason to get this. Unless you're just completionist, I guess. But if you don't already have the mold, then it's, I think, worth getting, because just check it out, because it's a really good version. It's good, and it's just a good mold in general, and still good even as this 3rd run. So and the colors are nice now too. The others are pretty nice too. So so that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative, entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and in the video. Check out my Coffee and Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.